Hello, my name is Herbie J. Pilato, and I'm the founder and executive director of the Classic TV Preservation Society, a nonprofit organization that seeks to close the gap between popular culture and education. I'm also a writer-producer and an author of several Classic TV companion books. Here are a few of them. Probably my favorite is Twitch Upon a Star, The Bewitched Life and Career of Elizabeth Montgomery, who I knew quite well and who I befriended in the late 1980s. She was a very private person, and she trusted me, and she knew that I cared a great deal about Bewitched, and I respected her career. I also respected her father, Robert Montgomery, who was a film star in the 40s, and in the 50s he had a TV show called Robert Montgomery Presents, on which Elizabeth made her debut. In this book, I talk about the over 200 TV appearances and feature film appearances that Elizabeth made before Bewitched, which a lot of people don't know that she was quite an accomplished actress before that time. But it's many very private memories that she entrusted me with, and I present, I believe, with great dignity. It's been very well received by the entertainment industry and by readers, and it's not really your regular celebrity biography. It talks a lot about how I met her. It's a self-help book. It's an inspirational book because she did so much for so many charities. So it's just a lovely, I believe, it's a lovely full spectrum biography of her life. It became so popular, in fact, that I ended up doing a sequel, which I called The Essential Elizabeth Montgomery. And this essentially is an encyclopedia of her entire body of work. Whereas this is a narrative bio of her life and career. This breaks it down, each film, each TV show that she did, and it talks about her experience of that particular show, interviews with many of the directors and the writers, along with many entertainment journalists who had their own perceptions on Elizabeth. I'm just so very proud of this book in particular. Beautiful color photos from Bewitched and so many different films that she did and TV shows that she did before, during, and after Bewitched. Elizabeth actually is also profiled in my newest book, Glamour, Gidgets, and the Girl Next Door, which also chronicles the lives and careers of 45 additional classic TV females from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Glamour, Gidgets, and the Girl Next Door, Television's Iconic Women from the 50s, 60s, and 70s is the exact title. I interviewed Eleanor Donahue, who was actually married to Harry Ackerman, who was a producer of Bewitched. She starred, of course, initially on Father Knows Best, and she went on to do The Odd Couple with Tony Randall and Jack Klugman. She played Tony Randall's girlfriend. Dawn Wells, Mary Ann from the Gilligan's Island TV series. Goldie Hawn, who starred initially on Laugh-In, the TV show Laugh-In, where she got her start. The beloved Mary Tyler Moore, Farrah Fawcett, great Farrah Fawcett from Charlie's Angels, Sally Field, the Gidget of the first Gidget of TV, although she was not the first Gidget ever. That was Sandra Dee in the movies. So I also interviewed Nichelle Nichols from Star Trek, Barbara Bain from Mission Impossible, and so many others, if I did not interview them, that we cover very thoroughly in that book. And I'm very proud of that. Also with some great color photos. Each of them are color photos. It was something that I definitely wanted to make sure that we had color photos in this book as well. One of my earlier books is about a TV show called Life Goes On, which debuted on ABC from 1989, and it aired through 1993. It starred the amazing Chris Burke, who has Down syndrome, as Corky Thatcher, and his character became the first weekly TV character with a disability. It was very groundbreaking for its time. The show also starred the iconic Patti LuPone, Bill Smitrovich, and Kelly Martin, and Chad Lowe, who won an Emmy for his portrayal of Jesse on that series, who was best friends with Corky and also with Becca, as played by Kelly Martin. Chad played a character who had AIDS, who at first was diagnosed with HIV positive. So there, again, a very groundbreaking character on a show that initially already had a previous groundbreaking character. I'm just so proud of this book too. It's foreword by Michael Braverman, who created the show, and it has an episode guide. It has interviews with all of the cast, and it's just it's really a textbook, not just for classic TV history, but for those who are interested in wanting to get into the entertainment industry. It talks about the breakdown of what a director does, what a producer does, what a writer does. It has incredible biographies of each of the cast members, so if you want to study theater history, it's there. If you want to study movie history, it's there. If you want to study TV history, it's there. It's just one of my favorite books as well. In the 1980s, shortly before I met Elizabeth Montgomery, I was a page for NBC, and there's my big hair. And from 1984 to 1985, it was just one of the best jobs I ever had ever. And I think any former NBC page will tell you that. The page program was really wonderful because it allowed someone who was an aspiring actor, or aspiring director, aspiring anyone who wanted to be in the entertainment industry in any way, to learn to get your feet wet in the industry. It was a very hard job to get. It took me 6 months. I actually went to a taping of Family Ties, that classic TV show which starred Michael J. Fox, and I stopped one of the pages who was working the show, and I asked them, "How do you do that? How do you be a page?" And he was kind enough to open the door for me, and he got me an interview with Eva Hawkins, who was then the head of guest relations at the time, and I went on to work on every major NBC TV show that was on from 84 to 85, including The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, every night with Ed McMahon there and the whole gang. It was just wonderful. Some of the other shows
Additional cashier to the cash wrap, please. Additional cashier to the cash wrap.
Some of the other shows I did was The Golden Girls. Actually, I was there, one of the first introductions that the Golden Girls did to the press. I was there greeting each of B. Arthur and Rue McClanahan and Betty White, God bless her, Estelle Getty, who played Sophia, B. Arthur's mother. Each of them, it was just a delight and an honor to meet. So there you have it. Those are my 5 main books out at the moment. I'm also the author of the Bionic book, The $6 Million Man of the Bionic Woman Reconstructed, the Kung Fu Book of Caine, with a foreword by David Carradine, who starred as Caine on that classic TV show from the 1970s, and the Kung Fu Book of Wisdom, which was a sequel to the Kung Fu Book of Caine. It takes all the wisdom from that series and it puts it in alphabetical order, as well as categories like love and justice and joy, and it breaks it down in each category. My first book was the Bewitched book, which was published in 1992, and after that I rewrote it when Elizabeth passed away in 1995 as Bewitched Forever, and then I went on to do Bewitched, the Eat Your Hollywood Story, which became the 7th highest rated Eat Your Hollywood Story in history, and also other shows like A&E's Biography, TLC's Behind the Fame specials, and the Sci-Fi Channel's Sciography series, as well as Bravo's hit five-part series, The 100 Greatest TV Characters. So I'm personally working on new television shows, developing new television shows, and a couple feature films. And I'm just, thank you so much for allowing me to talk about me and my life work as well. And remember, classic TV is where it's at. It's the past, but it's the future.